All right, the next company on our list is Superlative. Superlative is another lease to never own real estate IDX provider. I honestly, I used to bump into these guys a lot at real estate technology conventions like NAR and things like that. I think that I know more about them than other people do. In other words, I don't know. To me, they're a top 20 provider, but when I look at how many installs they have, so I've been doing this review. By the way, my name is Robert Newman. I'm a real estate online marketing consultant and a founder of a company and a blog here in California that focuses on real estate tech, and I provide real estate SEO services, two separate sides of the company. So listen, Superlative is on my list of top 20 real estate website service providers, and this is their own website. So they've got very little SEO on their site, but then again, they're not making really big claims that says that that's something that they do. This is a Superlative website. It's a little bit better looking than many that you're going to find. Superlative owns it, so whatever their agreement is, and by the way, they've done a very good job at keeping their pricing off the internet. So I honestly, and I don't recall off the top of my head how much they used to be. I know they're on the lower end. I know that for sure. Maybe a few $100s to set up, and maybe $100, $200 to keep the site maintenance. I'm sure that they probably have some kind of custom options, and I've seen some reviews online that say that you can build your own Superlative website. So it's possible that they're a website builder and that they give you the tools to build a website. My experience, no offense to anybody that's watching this video, is that real estate is one of the very worst industries to do personal website builders in. Most real estate agents are pretty overwhelmed with the job or the career itself, and I'm talking even the successful ones. It tends to be a full-time job to go out there and make the money that you make in real estate, and there's only a very small handful of professionals that have really gotten on the digital bandwagon and turned the model around where they become more marketers and they less real estate salespeople, and they let other people do the selling while they rake in the leads using digital marketing. But anyway, so what does that tell us about Superlative? Another thing about Superlative, because if you've been watching my reviews on real estate website designers, I have many times looked up the ICANN information. Well, these guys are, again, very good at keeping it. You can tell they're here. They're in California. They're in Irvine. But whoever the CEO is, they keep that information pretty hidden. Their Glassdoor information, which is where employees review the company, tells us that they have reasonably good salaries for California. Agent Image certainly never paid this much money for web designers or web developers, so that's pretty good. And the information on, there's no information on the CEO, and that's actually probably good, not bad. And the reason I say that is that people have a tendency to write about stuff that's irking them. If they're not saying anything, that's pretty good. It takes somebody who's really extraordinary to get people to say something positive when they're leaving a review on a secret review site. That I don't really like secret review sites all that much. I'm not setting a lot of store by this, nor should you. But it does give you a little bit of insight sometimes as to, a lot of the times you get some people who leave some information about the company culture. A good culture or a bad culture kind of indicates to you, do you want to do any business with them? Superlative is on the lower end of the pricing scale, so I don't think it really matters. If you make a mistake with Superlative, you're probably only going to lose a couple $1,000s, whereas there are many providers out there that are on the cut 20, 30, 40 grand. Which is obviously a much bigger, more significant number and something that you need to spend more time on. These guys are located in Irvine. I think I've already said that. That's California for those of you that don't know. I'm going to pull up one or two more of their websites. You can, I am sure that at certain points I'm probably going to say that you can go ahead and leave. So this is Jeff Dollar. Actually, I know this guy. He is an active rain blogger. I don't know him personally, but I blog with him. And he's got some interesting things to say. If he's with Superlative, they're probably giving pretty good service. and you can see here that Superlative has been in business for 20 years. So they've been doing this a long time. I don't know what you think. To me, this is not nearly as good as a WordPress template that is halfway decent. But you know what? If you're looking for something different and you want to check out whatever kind of support package Superlative has, I suggest you check them out. I have to let you know, I have not heard anything or read anything in any reviews that say that these guys have an edgy technology. But if you're looking at them, you've been approached by them, or a friend of yours has one of these websites, this will give you some additional insight. They seem to be a solid provider. They do have some bad reviews, but no more or less than other real estate technologies. They have a couple rip-off reports, but not nearly as many as like Z57 or Zerpal. Real estate agents, especially ones without experience in technology, I talk to you from experience. They're extremely hard to please. They oftentimes won't listen to you. It's a difficult market to be a part of. I personally solve a lot of those problems by simply refusing to do business with people that don't have some kind of exposure to digital marketing. It's not a perfect solution. I'm not really thrilled with it, but it does avoid the problem of people having such incredibly high expectations off, you know, what turns out not to be a significant amount of money. It is to them, but in terms of what they're asking you to do with it, it's not. So, but anyway, here's a few examples. And this is Superlative's own home website. Last but not least, Superlative is making some claims on their homepage that are laughable. So they're saying, and now I'm nitpicking, I'm sorry, but these guys, the #1 real estate website design and internet technology company. I don't know what they would be basing that off of. Agent Image, which is located in the same state, has 18,000 live accounts. Superlative has 3,000. Okay, so they're not top by installs. I can guarantee you that Superlative clients, while they may be paying like $100 or $120, it doesn't matter that if there's 3,000 of them, they're certainly not top by revenue. They don't charge as much as Agent Image or most other companies do for the real estate technology solutions, so they're not top by revenue. And they're not winning any awards for design. Their sites are nice, but they're not that nice. So I have no idea what they're talking about. I just think that stuff like this drives me crazy as a marketer. I mean, why not just tell the truth? Like, we're a low-cost provider that won't cost you too many headaches, and that's pretty rare in the real estate business. I mean, they could say that, and I think that they'd probably get a lot more business than they would expect. Of course, how people view themselves and how they really are two entirely different things. Last but not least, let's take a look at their SEO chops. They don't have any. Okay, so this is Superlative. If you do call them and you're talking to anybody on their staff about online marketing, buyer beware. One of my key metrics about trusting or understanding if a quote unquote marketing company understands how to market is, are they marketing themselves? And I personally have discovered that if there's any excuse, like, why would a company not market itself? What if they knew how? What's the answer that somebody can give you? Oh, we didn't have the budget, or we're too busy serving our clients. That's oftentimes it's something that people say. I think that's a load of malarkey. I think that if you know how to market yourself, that's exactly what you should be doing, no matter what the method is. If they're Facebook experts, if that's what they're claiming, which is the new thing in real estate right now, then they should be able to show you a Facebook page that has 10,000 followers or whatever it is. I am not a Facebook expert. Don't claim to be, but I've got 3,000 followers. So I'm an SEO guy. So, but these companies and their crazy claims, I get very suspicious of marketing messages that don't match the data. But having said all that, they've been around for 20 years. For that long, they don't have that many complaints. Their prices are on the low side. So can you get a solid real estate website from these guys? The answer is yes. So that's why they made my top 20 list. I've said this countless times. Real estate sucks for technology. It just does. Every single one of these providers needs to improve their services, almost all of them. There's one shining exception, somebody who's got it almost all right, and that's Real Geeks. And They've got a couple holes in their strategy, but it's not many, and they make a great product. They educate heavily. Easy Agent Pro isn't bad either. I did a review on the two. So anyway, I hope you found this useful. Go ahead and leave me comments in the bottom. You can always make a request to have me